Hey Soul Family, back again. This is going to be a quick reading because I want to try to start tackling some of the current things that are going on. So this particular one will be on Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson. And I do need to Google, let's see, him saying that he was broke or something and he didn't have any more money. So let's ask Google and his accounts being frozen. Let's see what's up. But we're going to start, I like to start with the astrology chart first. First, greetings to y'all. I'm Erica. And I'm your favorite, Astro homegirl / energy in regards to doing the reading. So let's get into it. I do this. This is a lot of fun for me. And let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start first because it looks like we can pull it up on YouTube. So let's get into his chart. So Dr. Umar Rashad Ibn Abdullah Johnson, okay? And it says born Jermaine Shoemake is his original name. So this is his name that he is going by now. He is a Leo, guys. Last day of Leo, couple last days. August 21st, all right, 1974. And he is, considered, I guess here they're saying controversial figure. He's a, who identifies as a Pan-Africanist. Sorry, when my nose, it just means like messages coming in or something like that. But he's known for his strong views against interracial marriage and homosexuality, which has gathered him both support and criticism, okay? So he's, I guess, down here on these good internet streets, and he's made, a stake in the world in regards to how he communicates his points of views when it comes to these topics, okay? So he also, it says, continues to provoke the discussions around race, identity, and social norms, okay? Also, another reason why I said I want to do it is because he practices Ifa, and I practice Ifa, okay? So, I guess that would be considered my Ifa brother. But, always remember when it comes to faith and, how you practice, because one thing about me, I respect and honor all faiths. Whichever way you connect the spirit, that is to me what's most important. I do what works for me, and I love for all my friends and family to do what works for them, because that's what makes you feel whole, stable, and grounded when it comes to your faith, okay? But this is just my faith, all right? So I was interested in doing it because of that reason. It doesn't matter what, faith or religion that you practice, all of them have a negative stigmatism on some level, okay? It doesn't matter. So there's good and there's bad in it all, okay? I operate in regards to the good energy of it all. I can't speak for the rest, okay? And I think that goes for Christianity. We always hearing different things about the different pastors. Listen, it's always something in each one of them, okay? So it doesn't matter what you do. But just always about how you maintain your own personal character. So let's get into it. All right, so he is a Leo sun, okay? And I wanted to get into his birth chart a little bit before we start. I always like to look at them before I start to pull the cards. And he has an interesting chart, guys. He is a Leo sun, and he's an extreme Leo because his Sun in Leo, he is a 10th house Leo, guys, okay? So that explains, number one, why he is so, able to show up in this energy that he's in, to come down to the internet and have such a following of support, because Leo is like in that house, he's supposed to even be more successful than he has drawn to be. So let's see what has caused him in the space to kind of take away from where his success really truly should be. Okay, it looks like, let's see what he has. His Mercury, so even his communication is in Leo, and it's meant for him to be, Leo is about creativity and art. So for him to have the type of thing that he does, this is meant for him to do in a creative form, sharing your gifts to the world. Okay, so he's supposed to be doing a lot more successful. He has his Venus is in, let's see what Venus is. This is a different site, so it may take me a little longer to, because I was trying to pull him up in some form or fashion. Okay, so his Venus, guys, no, okay, yeah, so his Mercury, I'm sorry, he's a Leo sun. This is a different site, so it's kind of hard for me to kind of see. So I apologize. Leo sun and Mercury is in Virgo. Okay, so that is why he's able to communicate his views and get his point across so well. It makes a lot of sense. So correction on that. This, like I said, this is a new site, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm reading it. Okay, and again, his Venus is in Leo. Okay, so he a mess, child. We can already see that. Okay, his Mars and how he takes action is in Virgo. So that's another reason why he's able to pull the things in, pull the donations in, do all of the things. Okay, let's see which house that Mars in Virgo is in. I'm interested to see. Let's look. It is in his 11th house. Okay, partnership. So he's in a place where he, in that Virgo energy, drawing able to draw people in to him to receive the help. But as long as he's putting in the work to draw it in. His Jupiter is actually in, sorry about that. His Jupiter is in, let me see. Oh, okay. It's in the 5th house. His Jupiter is in his 5th house, and that's in Aries. See, this is the thing. 5th house, Pisces, okay, because this one is like above, it's on the, okay, I see the way to read the wheel is different here. Okay, so his Jupiter is actually in Pisces, guys. So, again, the way he receives the money, and it's in his partnership. So, in, again, different ways, spiritual ways, creative ways, spirituality. Pisces is spiritual, so that makes sense as well. And his Saturn, let's see what that is. Saturn. It is totally different. His Saturn is in Cancer, okay? And that Cancer energy, let's see what that is. I'm trying to find it. It's in his 9th house. So he has a 9th house Cancer energy, guys. Wow. So that is where, again, how he moves and takes care of people, is where he experiences the breakdown. I see. Let's see where his Pluto is. His Pluto is in Libra. And his moon is in Libra, guys. Okay? So, he has so he's a Scorpio rising. Woo. That's why he able to come through and be a artist, okay? Ooh. Okay, so now we see, and he is a Libra moon, even more so. But in his house of Libra, guys, it explains why even with his house is in the 12th, again, spiritual house, things that are hidden, but that Libra energy also has Pluto there, as well as, it was one more thing, let me see. Uranus. So that's why he experiencing that shakeup too with them finances, because he ain't doing right. And this energy that Libra's in right now is, setting some things straight and bringing balance to the forefront. His house of partnerships is in Aries. He's a mess. Chiron is there. And his Chiron is in Aries too. So it's like he needs healing in that energy, which we clearly see with his relationships being a mess, okay? So let's get into his, let's get into the cards and we'll pull up what's currently going on, okay? Just wanted to see what he was all about and what he had going on. So let's get into it. We on Mercury retrograde for real. Listen, I thought that I was recording, and it is crazy because I just dealt the cards and everything. But I'm going to go ahead, and instead of having to redo them, we're going to continue to move forward and ask more questions. But let me get started. These are the cards on Dr. Umar. And again, I apologize, guys. I thought we were recording right now. Okay, so I pulled the cards out the deck, and this is what I got. And this is his current energy, okay? So I asked the spirit to give me current energy on Dr. Umar, okay? And this is what I pulled. This is his current energy, guys, where he says that he is locked out of his accounts, where he has no way to receive the funds, okay? But whether you believe him or not, to me, when you see this in his regard, when it's in reverse, he's not telling truth about the whole situation and why his funds have been frozen, okay? This is his rock bottom moment. This is what he's telling y'all. He doesn't have any money at all to his name, okay? None whatsoever. So this shows his, hidden rock bottom energy, okay? He has the Knight of Swords in reverse, which means that his character, y'all, is not right. He is careless with his finances. He doesn't do things right. And he's disorganized. And he's not handling things in an upright and upstanding the way that he's supposed to be handling them. Listen, even with his relationships, they are in reverse, okay? The way he deals with people is not working out for him, which has brought him to this moment of rock bottom energy, okay? He has this death card here. It's in reverse. The energy of that too, guys, to me, is he's coming up on a new cycle. He is. His birthday is ahead, so that will be his solar return coming up. But in this regard, when you see this in a, reverse, this is the energy of holding on to the same old BS, doing the same things, the same old ways, the same old. Everything he's doing and how he handling stuff and not evolving forward. So that is why he's gotten the results that he has gotten, and using faith and spirituality as a way to draw in income, funds. But he doesn't he's reckless with his funds. He's not handling them correctly, okay? He doesn't do what he says he's going to do when he gets this money in his hands, guys, okay? And this is about why you might as well say unemployment. That's why he don't have any money right now, okay? Funny though, top and bottom of the deck. Look at that. all about money. Pentacles. Y'all see that? So this is about careless, okay? This is his work. He got careless ways of handling things. He doesn't do it right. It's all in the cards. Top of the deck, bottom of the deck. Work with no results. When you see that, that's everything that he say he worked for that he can't get his hands on. Work with no results, okay? And he's not being truthful in how he... Wow, the cards don't lie. That's all I can say. That's crazy. So, he... we pretty much got our messages about him. Let's ask... his relationships, okay? Let's ask about that. Energy around his relationship. You know, we're going to ask, relationships. Relationships, love relationships. Because his relationships are already upside down. We saw that in the current energy and how he handles things, okay? So with the women he's dealing with, current energy, because I think he even blamed somebody. I'm not sure. Let's just see his current energy. And current energy around Dr. Umar, his relationships, okay? Y'all, he not doing right when it comes to that money. That's a fact, okay? Let's see where he get help. We'll ask if he'll get help too. What's going on in his current love relationship? Okay. Love relationship with Dr. Umar. You violate that. That's shame. Not do that, Dr. Umar, at all, okay? Listen, his cards are definitely his cards, guys. And that's why he in the place that he in at this moment. Look at that. Not him. Listen, even in his love relationships, guys, listen, he fails. He does not follow through, okay? When you see that Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's lost. He even comes to the table in his relationships with no money. He don't have none, okay? And it's also, failed opportunities too to make things right with current relationships, okay? And this is about karma coming, okay? And he doesn't take accountability, all right, when it comes to how he handles things. So he comes in the energy of finesse, in my opinion, with that Justice card and the Page of Swords, okay? So using his words to, get over when it comes to these relationships, okay? You see that? And listen, also, we're going to just say it and call a thing a thing. Using his finesse and his words to get money out of these women, okay? Period. This is about, again, look at that, y'all. Greed and stinginess, just not doing things in the right way, okay? Taker, but he doesn't give. He's a taker, okay? And he's always playing the game of woe is me. So he's a victim, okay? He's the victim, so he says, all right? And when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles energy, things are upside down because he don't handle his relationships right, guys. He don't do what he's supposed to do, okay? So he plays the victim and tries to make it seem like the woman is the one who is imbalanced and he's in the upright. Do y'all see that? This is crazy. And look, broke. He ain't got no money. I always pull from the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck, okay? And juggling funds. Juggling. This is about not having it, and when he do get it, he always juggling. Not doing what he's supposed to do when he get that money in his hands, okay? Wow, that is crazy. So let's ask, I know down the line in the past he had issues with his daughter coming down to Beyonce's internet and airing him out. So let's see will things get better with the daughter. Let's ask, will things around his daughter, will things get better with relationships with his kids? Get better with his daughter. That improve. What is the current energy and will the relationship improve? That's 1 and 3. 3 cards. His daughter. Let's see what we get. Okay. Things get better. All right, let's add the 2 more. That's crazy. Too many. Okay. There we go. All right. At some point, you know, but it's gonna take work. It's gonna take work. It's a little rough and rocky, but at some point down the line, healing will come. Healing will come, okay? Damn. But even at the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck, guys, you know, maybe this just represents, you know, him. He don't do what he's supposed to do. And he not standing on business when it comes to this, okay? It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work. But this is a mess. It's a mess, guys. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of healing, you know. But even with these cards right here, top of the deck, bottom of the deck, I'm gonna just say, and I'm gonna hold on to a positive outcome that if it does, it's gonna take a lot of work, because it's gonna be some challenges and issues with them continuously. But maybe at some point, way down the line, in due time, you know, healing can come. We'll see. And let's ask, will he get help from his supporters? Okay, will his money and finances get better? Let's ask. Will his finances get better? Will he get help from his supporters? Will he get help from his supporters, followers? Will things turn around for him in his life? Will things get better financially? And will he do better in the future? Okay? There's the energy around that. He got to make some changes and quick. But this is all about his character too. And one thing about Ifa, I tell you this, Chief always tell us, baby, you got to have Iwa Pele. And Iwa Pele means good character in Yoruba. And if you don't have good character, you can flush all them sacrifices down the river that you make. And that's a fact, okay? So his character is what is the pause for him, okay? Let's see what things get better. Will he be a better person? And will his finances get better? Damn, that was a lot. Let's see. He gonna continue his bullshit. Look like, let's hope it's gonna get better. No. He gonna keep doing his same old thing. Even with the wish fulfillment, yeah, he'll have somebody to help, but then he gonna have some folks that's not gonna help because they feel like he don't do things right. Bad planning, not having a direction, a solid direction in which way he's gonna move forward and how he's gonna move forward in his life, in his businesses, okay? He is, willing to move forward and see things for what it is and the changes that he needs to make, okay? This is about, him conning folks, all right? Always, using the finesse to bring it in, but it's slowing down. His money's going to continue to slow down because of the way that he's handling things, okay? So he's going to have to go and do he's going to have to really go on a spiritual journey. He really needs to go within, okay? Because he's going to deal with lack because he's not willing to see things for what they are, okay? And when you get in this energy, this is going to be, again, that finesse energy of that Knight of Cups upside down, playing games with people. And, disloyal in the relationships again and just betraying the people. This is about what he wants, okay? He wants to be in the upright, he wants to live in a luxury energy, comfort energy, a satisfaction energy. And this does represent that some people will help him, but it's still upside down. It's not. You got some people, a lot of his people gonna pull away because they feel like, he got lack of direction in the way he moves. So he got some real changes that he needs to make, going forward in the future. He has to see things for the truth and what they are. It is what it is. Things can get better even when you see that 9 of Cups in the end. If he got to go within his faith and he got some things to change, okay? I want to pull these cards just because. Let's see what they got to say. First, this is those are some spiritual ones too, but let's just do it before we go. I'm just interested to see what comes out for him. Dr. Umar. Any messages on these dick? Message from him, this dick. Let's see what these cards got to say about him. Dr. Umar. All right, let's see. Let's do like maybe 1 to 3 just to see what comes out. I've never used these, so I'm just interested to know. There go 2, so let's add to 1 more. Dr. Umar. Messages. Let's see what he got. Okay. All right. Look, and he had all these cards, and that was what was interesting, okay? And look, top of the deck, bottom of the deck. Now, this card, love bombed, okay? So that, remember, was that Knight of Cups in reverse, how he played games with people. So this is really true in the energy of his character, guys, and how he moves, okay? The hidden control of things. And look, red flags. That's all. He had that all in every single card going forward, okay? The warning signs, ignoring his intuition, trouble, potential trouble, and he knows better. He knows better. That's the thing. That's what I was saying. With that Ace of Swords in reverse, he knows better, okay? But divine timing. He just got to make some major adjustments, okay? And he going to have to trust the process, make changes that are necessary, and things can possibly work out. Look at the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck. Remember we said, what is his character? He has hidden agenda, all right? Manipulation, disguised in kindness, hidden motivations, okay? So, and look, that's him. Didn't I say that? Me versus me. Boy, these cards are something, ain't they? Self-competition. Then I say he got personal growth to make. Becoming better than yesterday. My only competition. Me versus me. Need I say anything else? Do y'all see that? Wow. And I've never flipped these cards before. I bought these to do the reading with Solange and Beyonce, but I'm going to use these more often. Let's flip these spiritual cards too before I go. So Dr. Umar, come on now. Let's get about 1 to 3. Messages, August 20. Let's see what comes out. Okay. We got some work to do, baby. Messages with Dr. Umar. Okay. 3 messages. These were supposed to be like a spiritual deck or something. So let's see how that goes. I bought these specifically when Solange did her thing. I'm gonna do that too, y'all. I'm coming. Just try to do a few readings. I'm gonna try to do one more today, which I think is gonna be next, possibly Clarissa Shield. So give me a second, and I'm gonna try to do that too. And I'll do the 3, and I'll keep going. Let's see. Dr. Umar. One, 2 messages on here. That card moved, didn't it? Yeah. Let's see. This is spiritual energy. I guess we're gonna take it, huh? Okay. Let's see. What he got going on in the spiritual cards. I ain't never flipped these, so let's just see how they come out. Okay, these falling for whatever reason. So it said they, but secrets keep tabs. He got women he deal with, honey. And he ain't handling them situations right. So he's getting sent negative energy. Let me get one more card on him. That's them love relationships coming up with the women and how they do, how he's dealing with them. Return to sender, okay? Backfired. So energy, vampire energy. See, he do the most when it comes to that, okay? As well as they'll claim he did it first, knowing, that I think he tried to place blame on the woman. So it says they'll claim I did it first, knowing damn well they got inspired by you. And I think this is the energy of him. That's how he comes, which it came up in his cards too. Energy, vampire, return to sender. So that's the spiritual work that he does. And like I said, he got women who, they keeping tabs, because the relationships are upside down, guys. They're not stable. So they watching how things go, okay? The negativity is the fallout between him and, some of the women he deal with. So for the most part, we got our real answers, you know what I mean? And that is on Dr. Umar, guys, okay? So yes. Sending him, blessings for change and growth and elevation and how he uses his gifts. Because he's supposed to be way, way further, doing bigger things than how he's moving now. All right, so peace and love. I will see you guys soon. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please leave any questions, messages on, who y'all want to see next. And questions about any previous ones. Because, again, we can always go back and revisit. So I will see you guys soon and in the next one. Peace and love, so family.